Uncle Axie's Ugly Tie by Judy Nordstrom. There once was a man from New Jersey called Uncle Axie. He looked a bit peculiar, but he had a heart of gold. If you happened to see him on the street, you might chuckle to yourself and think, "He's a funny-looking man." He always wore a plaid flannel shirt, pants hiked high on his waist, and suspenders to hold them up. He topped off this stylish outfit with a baseball cap and an ugly tie. Uncle Axie was married to my Aunt Mary. The two of them were always so caring and loving, but they never had any children of their own. So Uncle Axie always helped the neighborhood children, and his motto was, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." I remember one summer when they took me to the boardwalk to see a band. Uncle Axie carried me high on his shoulders for 2 hours so I could see the band over the crowd. I asked Uncle Axie how he could hold me up for so long, and he said, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." Every spring, Uncle Axie would invite me to his house, and we would color Easter eggs together with special paints and dyes. When I asked Uncle Axie why he was so nice to me, he said, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." Uncle Axie would always do favors for everyone in his neighborhood, mowing lawns, shoveling snow, and fixing broken pipes. He became the handyman of the neighborhood. Uncle Axie never expected payment or even a thank you in return. He often said, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." Kids in the neighborhood could be mean and make fun of others who were different, but Uncle Axie did not let it bother him or stop him from doing good deeds for people. His motto was, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." Uncle Axie was famous for fixing up old bikes that he found at yard sales. After a fresh coat of spray paint and some new tires, he would give the bike to a neighborhood kid who didn't own a bike. His motto was, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." Uncle Axie saved his money all year long in a jar on his dresser labeled "Vacation." Since I was their only niece, Uncle Axie and Aunt Mary would take me with them on their summer vacation to the shore. When I thanked Uncle Axie, he would always say, "Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind." Have you ever heard the saying, "You can't judge a book by its cover"? Well, you can't judge people by the way they look, the way they talk, or the way they dress. Even though Uncle Axie looked unusual, he had a heart of gold. Having a heart of gold doesn't mean your heart is made of gold. It means you are generous, sincere, and friendly. Uncle Axie was a perfect example of a simple but kind man who looked kind of funny. He may have been the oddest looking man in town with his high water pants, old sneakers, and mismatched tie, but he was the most unselfish person I've ever known. He gave away almost everything he owned, and he did not care about material possessions, clothes, or a fancy house. In his honor, I just had to share this story about a wonderful man who spent his whole life doing things for others. His kindness and generosity are rare qualities in today's world. He touched many lives. It might do the world some good if we all had a little more Axie in us. Keep in mind, it's easy to be kind. The end.